What's going on, you guys? My name is Don't Panic 494, and today we're doing some Blacklight Retribution, and we're doing a viewer-picked loadout. Today's is from Joined Souls, who says, "Can you do some bolt actions? Wouldn't mind seeing some aggressive gameplay with them, smiley face." Well, Joined Souls, today we will be doing some aggressive recon, or aggressive-ish recon, I'll call it. Because I'd never played with a bolt-action rifle in Blacklight before, I decided to go with one of the pre-mades, so as you can see, I picked the Crane BP-15 Tomahawk. And I picked this for two main factors. One was the damage, and the other was the scope. So this one fit the ratio that I was looking for, those two factors in mind. So I'll leave these stats on the screen for a few more seconds, then we're going to cut into some highlights with the rounds that I played with this weapon. So I played about 10 rounds with it or so, and I couldn't really string together like massive kill streaks or anything. That's what I was hoping for. Here, this first highlight is actually me killing Morph, my partner in crime, so I figured that would be fitting. But yeah, I played about 10 rounds or so. The best round, ironically, was the very first round I played with it. So I jumped in at the end, probably the last 4.5 minutes or so, so I put that entire chunk at the end of this video just so you guys can see my literal first impressions with the weapon. One thing I noticed very early on was that I could not get a kill from close range via hipfire. It was like virtually impossible with this gun. However, if you check out this shot, that was like an ultra quick scope. So this was one of the later rounds that I played, so I didn't get a chance to really test that much, but it looks like you can almost European hipfire these guns. So you scope in super quick, and if you're aiming in the right spot, even though you're not fully scoped in, you're going to hit them in the face. I mean, that's just what happened there. I'm not sure if I just got super lucky and my weapon with like 7.9 hipfire deviation just hit him in the face, but I mean, it looks like that's the case. I know European hipfire works a little bit differently, but that's kind of like the Blacklight version of it. I'm kind of excited to see if that's actually how it works or not. But right now, we just cut to the very first round I played with it. As you can see, at least in the first minute or so, I kind of hang back a little bit. It's mostly just a reflex, because I'm using a gun that's not built for close quarters, and I'm just not... It's just so unnatural to just run in there, guns blazing with your bolt action in a game like Blacklight, which is a super fast-paced shooter. And because you can't get one-hit body kills in this game with these bolt actions unless the players are already a little bit ripped before you engage them. That's one of the reasons I'm so successful with aggressive recon in games like Bad Company 2, is that if you're running with a rifle with magnum ammo, 95 times out of 100 you can pull off a one-hit body kill if you're in close range. That's not the case in this game. So to say I had to adapt would be a gross understatement. Here I actually pull off a hipfire shot, which felt really good, but I'm telling you, this gun in particular is terrible at hipfire. My buddy Morph also has a bolt-action rifle build, and his is far better than mine with hipfire accuracy. So I think what I'm going to do is, later on down the road when I have some more GP to burn, I'm going to build my own custom loadout and make it so that my hipfire deviation is much lower. Like I said, this one is in like the 7.9 range, so there were times, literally, I didn't put any of these clips in the video, but there were times where I would be literally touching enemies and pulling the trigger, and the shots would not even hit them, let alone hit them in the head, so I was definitely able to adapt, and I was definitely able to have some success with this weapon, and I was even able to have success with this weapon in relatively close quarters, but it's tough for me, at least, to play aggressive recon the way I play aggressive recon in other games like Bad Company 2, when there are people running around this game with like 240 health. There's no chance I'm going to pull off a body shot. Even if they've been in a previous engagement and they've taken some damage, my one round to their chest probably won't kill them. So I have drawn some conclusions about playing aggressive recon in Blacklight Retribution. The first one is, I would be much more successful if my build had better hipfire bullet deviation. Like I said, it's not really highlighted in this particular video, but there are countless engagements where I would shoot people from feet away, crosshairs directly on their chest, and I wouldn't even get a hit marker if I hip-fired the weapon. So decent hip-fire deviation is number one. The second conclusion I've drawn is that swapping to your secondary and following up with pistol shots is a must. I didn't do that nearly enough in any of these games, but my bolt action does about 182 damage if I hit someone in the chest. And I know my secondary does like 50, 54, something in that range. So if I were to hit someone in the chest, swap to my pistol and just throw some bullets in their direction, chances are I'm going to drop them before they can drop me. So that is definitely something that would make me much more successful with an aggressive recon build in a game like Blacklight. However, the third conclusion that I've drawn after playing about 10 rounds or so with Aggressive Recon is that if you're not playing at long range, there is not a single situation where you have an advantage with a bolt action over someone with an assault rifle or an SMG. So can you be successful with aggressive bolt action gameplay on close quarters maps? Absolutely. But you probably would have been more successful had you played with an SMG or an assault rifle. That's just my opinion. I had a blast doing it, so I'll definitely do more bolt action videos going forward, but in terms, like, tactically, you're better off with other weapons 9 times out of 10. Thank you guys very much for watching the video. Definitely leave me some more loadout and gameplay ideas down below, and I'll try to fit them into future videos. As always, I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day and spending them with me, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Take care, everybody.